in her mid-50s. Feeling a cough come on, Abby turned her face into her elbow until the spasm passed. Using the tissue she'd found in the bottom of her purse, she dabbed the cough-induced tears from under her eyes. "I'm sorry. I'm just sick. The flu, I think, and maybe strep, too. So you might want to keep your distance." But the gentle lady smiled. "I've had my shot, and I've never had strep in my life. Guess I'll take my chances. I'm waiting on my son to pick me up. Been visiting my sister over in Bryson City." Dizziness swept over Abby again, and she closed her eyes to ward it off. She didn't bother telling the woman she'd had her flu shot, too. Fat lot of good it had done her. When she opened her eyes, her new friend placed a hand on her arm and led her to a nearby bench. "But you don't care about all that. Here, why don't you sit here while I get you a bottle of water?" Before Abby could protest, another wave of dizziness attacked her, and she sank onto the bench with a grateful groan. A shiver racked her, and she huddled deeper into her thick down winter coat. The middle of December in North Carolina was cold. Of course, the fever didn't help. Squinting, she fought sleep, even though she wanted nothing more than to curl up and sink into oblivion. Unfortunately, she couldn't do that. She had to stay awake, keep her eyes peeled, stay alert. He would be waiting for her to show weakness, catch her off guard. But she'd been so careful. She reached down and patted the small bulge in the lower part of her jeans. The reassuring feel of the wad of cash soothed some of her anxiety. She looked around again, and another tremor shook her as the faces blended, merged, then separated. Abby blinked fast to clear her vision. Yes, she'd been careful. At least, she thought she had. But what if she hadn't been? What if her paranoia wasn't fever-induced? After all, what did she know about running from someone who caught criminals for a living? Not that she was a criminal, but the process was the same, wasn't it? Visions of her brother-in-law's stony glare as Abby clutched her dead sister's hand stumbled to the forefront of her brain. Her sister and baby girl. Dead because of Abby. Grief racked her. "My fault. Here, darling. Here's your water." Abby felt liquid slip between her lips to cool her fiery throat. "Thanks," she whispered. "What's your name?" "Abby." "Well, Abby, I'm Justine MacIvers, and I think we need to get you to a doctor. Are you meeting someone here?" "No, I'm alone, but I'll be all right." The water did seem to revive her a bit. She took another swallow and nearly cried at the pain the action caused. Then her eyes fell on a man behind the woman, and she gasped, shoved aside the water, and lurched to her feet. She stumbled, got her balance, then fell headlong into a hard chest. Strong hands grasped her upper arms. "Whoa there, little lady. What's going on?" The deep bass voice rumbled in her ear. "She's very sick, Cal," the woman behind her said. "I think she needs an ambulance." "No, please," Abby gasped. "No, no ambulance, no hospitals." The darkness started closing in, and she fought it. She couldn't pass out. Not now. He was here. He'd found her. She looked again and didn't see him. Or was he just a hallucination? Panicked, she looked up into the blue eyes of the man who kept her from landing face first on the floor at his feet. "Don't let him get me." And then she lost the battle as blackness coated her. Deputy Sheriff Cal MacIvers held the sick woman against him, his eyes scanning the gawking crowd. Who was she afraid of? "Don't let him get me." Her words echoed in his ears. Who? In a town the size of Rose Mountain, Cal prided himself on knowing just